guys, and welcome back. Today we are flying the SU-27. So my initial thoughts on the SU-27 is that it's a very good fighter, but it cannot deal with multiple Western fighters, Blue 4 fighters at any one time up close. In terms of BVR, the ERs will do its job, and you're more often going to be taking out those guys as long as they don't see you first, essentially. But that's a good rule to go by, really. They don't see you first, then by all means go ahead and try and take them out. In terms of the weaponry, I am bringing only 8 missiles, which are the 4 R73s, the 2 ERs, and then the 2 ETs. And how does this plane fare against others? In a 1v1, it does really well against practically most jets. The one jet that I do know has, I have a major problem with is actually the Gripen. The Gripen itself is just a flare bus, so it's gonna okay, so the best way, put it this way, the best way I beat a Gripen in a prolonged dogfight was that I had to survive long enough for his flares to run out, essentially, which was a very long time, and it was very intense in that way. And then, even then, when it does run out of flares, it still poses a problem. And the fact that the SU-27 can struggle, like I had to do a lot in order to take this Gripen. You have to really give it your all. The fact that I even got him defensive was a struggle. I don't know if it was blind luck, but all I did was, full rudder and then diagonal stick down into the rudder, and I managed to somehow get behind him. This wasn't recorded, but you do see majority of that fight, so that's a bit unfortunate, but it's still a good watch. Other than that, we've hit 1,000. Thank you so much again. Who knows what the future holds for us now, guys. Just keep subbing, and I hope you enjoy the video. Take care. So in this instance, I will show you just how wild the R73s can be. I've just taken off. The map is Rocky Canyon. Bit buggy in terms of the clouds. Managed to spot an F-15 right there. This is an unusual engagement because he didn't see me, but now I'm struggling to see him in the clouds. I still don't know if he ever saw me, but here you go, you see the power of the R73s. That's unreal. Which is why I'm still torn between the AIM-9Ms and the R73s, but either way they both have their pros and cons. I do love HMD, that is a real treat to have in a fight. And now moving on, fire an ER against this unsuspecting target. He's quite low, so I wasn't expecting it to hit. I think he saw it at the last second as well, which helped. Now we'll launch an R73. And that is a Phantom. A situation like this, where the enemy doesn't really see you because they're focused on nearby targets, this sort of situation would be good against a Gripen. That's probably the best way to take them out. This time it was an F-16, but the same premise applies. A lot of the time as well, the engagements in the SU-27 are rather quick. It's usually you fire one missile or you do one turn, and then you obviously fire your payload, and then that's usually the end of that. But when you do find those moments where it's a prolonged dogfight and it's isolated, they are the best moments for me. You will see later on though, a really good dogfight against a Gripen.
Включено воздушное торможение.
So shortly after taking off, I realise I have 12 minutes, so I pull a Cobra. Probably the only time a Cobra is useful, to just immediately turn around and land again. I'm now basically going to show you a bunch of short, quick missile kills up until the Gripen dogfight. So now the map is Sinai. Just lock onto a target there using my ETs. Pretty self-explanatory. This one's interesting. The F-15 is still prone to wing rips. He tried evading my missile and breaking his wing in the process. So now a target is behind me. I think it's the Gripen or F-16. I get hit by an AIM-9M. So I'm going down now. I'm down for the count. But this is what I call a beyond the grave missile. It shows you the power of the R-73 as well. There we go, that's a Gripen. A nice kill there, I think it's with the ET. Yep. And this is what I mean, what I was talking about earlier by giving it your all, because coming up against Western fighters is still a challenge. They're still very, very good. And you have to be on top of your game, really, if you want to come out on top. He misses. I'm now trying to just, you know, learn that there's probably an AIM-9M coming towards me. But here, like, I'm pulling as many Gs as possible. I want to finish this early. Stick my head out of the cockpit for better visibility. From my point of view there, it looked like he lost sight of me initially, and I managed to just get the guns on, the gun solution. So I spot a target to my right, I turn into him, and now at this point you need to kind of pre-flare at this situation, because you don't know if there's a 9M coming towards you. Yeah, so I kind of pull left and right and pull up. Now that's a merge with a Gripen. I'm pulling in early. You need to be quick off the mark here to get a Gripen, because he was too late to get the flares on. Okay, so some of this recording was missed, but here was this prolonged dogfight. I managed to get the Gripen to go defensive by pulling a rudder, then a diagonal stick down into the rudder. I think it's called a canopy roll, I could be wrong. But yeah, it's a really good defensive technique, because it just basically made him overshoot. So I'm trying to find a perfect opportunity to fire a missile. I do get a critical there, which just, you know, helps me. That's my advantage now. Any help, I'll take it. But yeah, I can't find an opportunity to fire a missile, so it's looking like a guns is going to be the only option at this point. See? That's just, you know, the power of the Gripen. It's a really good dogfighter, and basically it's just hard to shoot it down with a missile too. And even here, even though I've got the winning Qs, I'm still relatively in danger, because he can still turn into my circle, he can still cut inside. It can turn, the tide of this battle can turn instantly with the Gripen. It can dictate the fight itself. Very close to hitting him there. At this point, I'm not pulling very hard. I'm not pulling as hard as I can. I'm kind of just slightly pulling up while gaining speed. I'm watching my speed as I'm turning into him. Trying to gain as much energy as possible to try and get a possible gun kill. Surprised that missed. It looked very close though. I've noticed here I don't have any flares and I went in front of him.
Предельный угол атаки.
You can hear the missile just miss me, which is very risky. Like I said, this is just how powerful the Gripen is. It's so good at dogfighting, that thing.
Предельный угол атаки.
It's really not struggling, but I've noticed now he's actually run out of flares. I've managed to survive long enough that he can't use flares anymore. He's in a critical state as well, because I damaged him earlier.
Предельный угол
That
атаки.
missile doesn't track.
Предельный угол атаки.
I get a hit. I've only got 30 cannon rounds now, so I have to be really careful.
Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол.
The Gripen now is basically running out of options on what to do next.
Предельный угол атаки.
I've got hardly any cannon rounds. It's a very, very close fight, even though the Gripen itself is in a very damaged state.
Предельный угол атаки.
I get another hit there. It's taken quite a few hits now. I don't know how that thing is still in the sky.
Предельный угол атаки.
Attention to the map.
I get another critical, and I only have one cannon round left, a singular cannon round. I think at this point though, the Gripen knows it's been defeated after a very long battle. It's just taken an absolute beating. I go to fire an ER, I slow down so I can get the range for it to get destroyed. He actually J's out. But yeah, a very good fight indeed. So we are finally returning back to base with only one ER missile left and one cannon round left. That is ridiculous. What a superb dogfight that was. So yeah, thank you guys for all of you for watching my videos. It really does mean a lot. This video is, you know, more jam-packed than the ones I have done before. Let me know what you think of this video. I've also got a channel update addressing the 1K subs and everything, and moving forward what we're going to be doing and stuff. Feel free to leave some questions because I might be able to address them moving forward into the year of 2024. Thank you guys once again, and take care.